with Dawn, Nicole, and
Demario.
Today is Tuesday, and I am sipping on this tea. Honey, what are you sipping on today?
Today I get to have coffee.
Coffee. What are y'all sipping on? So we are going to give you all a chance to kind of gather and join while we are waiting for our... Is it good? Because, you know, I don't really drink coffee like that anymore, so I didn't even taste it. So I had to go based on my instinct, you know, to make sure there was enough sugar in your coffee. Peter Proctor Jr., good morning, my friend, my brother. Welcome to Good Morning Success. Come on in, you guys. We're going to give you time for our viewers to join. We got some good stuff today, don't we, honey?
Yes.
We do. And can I say, you just look so exquisite in that mustard yellow, boy. You better show them muscle. You better do it. Y'all, doesn't he?
On camera, you look like
right,
I'm buff.
Right. You're looking extra buff today, darling. All right, yeah. Terry, good morning, good morning. Welcome, you guys. And babe, let's do our typical cheers, our Good Morning Success. So real quick, if this is your first time joining, Anitra, good morning. Don't tell me you're going to be a regular. I love it. I know I'm not supposed to. Okay, let me just regroup. So just in case y'all didn't know, we are preparing our show to pilot for daytime. And we have a YouTube channel, which is GoodMorningSuccessTV.com.
GoodMorningSuccessTV.com.
And one of the things I was told by my dear here is that I have to change some of what I'm doing. I can't just yell out good morning to everybody in the middle of the content. And I get it, but I love y'all. But anyway, so we are at GoodMorningSuccessTV.com. Now you can download. You can look at any of these videos. Real quick, what is Good Morning Success? Good Morning Success is daily inspiration for the driven. Before you start your day, we are a dose of strategy and good measure for you. And I just feel like my lip gloss is popping just a little bit. Just
lip gloss is popping.
Well, I had to look. I was like, wait a minute.
Lip gloss is popping.
Okay.
Wasn't that a song?
Yes, honey. Yes, it was a song.
Is that the same song, I Whip My Hair?
No, it is not. It's different.
It was a different song?
Yeah. Good morning, Lee. All right, so this is my last. So good morning. I'm going to give y'all a blanketed good morning. You are in for an amazing show today. The title of today's show is... Honey, we gotta practice these cues for real.
I like when you do that. I like the hesitate when you do that right
I
there.
like to be on point with mine. The theme of today's show is...
You know them, but do they know you?
Right.
But it looks good when you do. Don't y'all like that when she go? And I just hesitate.
It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. You know, we know how to act. You know my cues.
I like hesitating though. The hesitation is fun. It's like, hey, how you doing? And
it's so embarrassing. Okay, or like when I'm trying to turn off the Facebook Live.
And you can't.
And I'm like, okay, goodbye, and fingers all.
Yeah.
So now we have a new rule that is your role. That is something you're going to do.
I'm still going to hesitate when I do it. Just for GP.
So listen, this is Daily Inspiration for the Driven with Dawn, Nicole, and Demario. We do this because we love to set everybody up for success. And success is a community affair. It is not just about us being talking heads talking to you. It is you talking back as well. So while we set up today's news, current events, and business themes and impacts, we want you guys to tell us what is on your agenda. Anitra, what do you have going on today? William, Peter Proctor, Terry Budget, what do you all have going on? I think Jordan also joined. So what's on your agenda? We'll talk about what's on our agenda, and then we go to our theme. Cool? So while you're typing in what's on your agenda today, Peter says, looking forward to Good Morning Success TV. Much blessings. Awesome, Peter. And you know what? Because of you all, good morning, Lisa. To do that. All right, but because of Peter gave us a great idea to every day on Good Morning Success, we drink tea or coffee depending on what we feel. And if you send in your business mugs to us, this one is a mug from M&T Bank. We have been successful with M&T Bank. We've done workshops. They have some history. They are a historical bank in the Carolinas. They have some history. Definitely look them up. And don't even talk about your cup, honey. That's not even, That's like a Christmas, no.
I was going to make a spin on it.
Okay, what's
And this cup is from Toys R Us.
No.
We'd like to thank Toys R Us for sponsoring the kids' toys.
Yay! Okay, that was really a good play on it. Terry says he was invited back to speak at the Rotary Club. Woo, woo, Terry, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that they would meet you and love you. You are perfect for that group. Keep up the good work, my friend. So, Lisa, what's on your agenda today? Welcome. And I'm just going to bring my chair down so y'all can see the depth of my hairstyle. All right, no, seriously. Oh gosh, Lisa, what's on your agenda? Anitra says wrapping up some client business, driving back to Raleigh, and running.
You gotta talk because I got to cut on the AC.
You got what? You're going to cut on the AC today? All right, so Anitra says wrapping up some client business, driving back to Raleigh, and ruminating on the mind-blowing strategy session we had yesterday. So much to execute, so excited. I love you, Anitra, for that. We had an amazing session. I just got to say, we have great sessions when we get together, and Anitra, you and I always have great sessions, but all of us have great sessions when we get together. It is mind-blowing. Things happen that are always unforeseen in our sessions, and some people have to record them. Anitra, you've recorded our sessions because you never know what I'm going to say, right? Lisa says, making calls to business owners. Lisa, virtual high five to you, girlfriend. I was looking for our leads. Can you just hand me that, my darling? Only because it's closest to you. Lisa, I feel you, sister. Let me tell you. These are our lead sheets. It says go through leads by June 30th. We have to give ourselves, and these are a whole bunch of people who have expressed interest at one point or another in the What's Your Secret Sauce program. Isn't this a good problem to have? But what we found is if we call them back in the middle of business on any given day, we don't always have success. So we have to be intentional. So we do follow-up Fridays, right? And some of them Fridays get skipped. Let's just be honest. But there's fortune in the follow-up. So good luck to you, Lisa. I'm so curious to hear some of their follow-up. Like, when you guys are following up, do you prefer calls? Do you prefer emails? And my hair is just falling, y'all. But when you are following up, what is your approach?
I keep on falling in.
You know what I'm saying? You know what? No.
Love it.
No. Lisa, what is your follow-up approach? Would love for you to share that with us. Terry, when is the next time you're speaking with Rotary? Peter, you've been quiet. What's going on with you today? You're trying to conquer the world over there. So let us know what you got going on. But anyway, welcome to Good Morning Success. What do we have going on today?
Well,
I know.
Of course.
Yeah, of the DI.
I have day 2
of the DI clearance.
Of DI clearance work. I keep telling y'all that I can't let you in on what work we are doing is for a Pacific client. Pacific. He's from Lancaster.
Yeah,
but it's for a client. It's dealing with some processes that you wouldn't understand, probably boring you in a way. But it's DI, digital investigation clearance. You got to have authorizations to even know about it. So that's what I have going on for day 2 of DI work. You know.
Yeah. Day 2 of DI work. Okay.
Day 2.
And DI is a digital investigator, which I have an honorary clearance now.
DI investigator. I have to find your niche market online.
Okay, William says, busy week with calls and meetings. Oh, let me, real quick, I'm going to tell you what William does. And Melville, thank you for joining this morning. Melville and his wife, they're amazing. They're out of South Georgia, if I remember. So let me tell you real quick about William. Are you trying to write a book? Is there a story in you? Do you need help getting it out from the experts? This is what William Lee and his team does. They're good at it. So shouts out to William for producing amazing writers, amazing authors. William, you definitely, a good strategy if you're not already doing it is partner with playwrights. Every playwright wants their play to be a book and then a movie. So that's probably something you already know, but just giving you some friendly strategy for your business model. Peter, I mean taking on new business. Okay. I'm assuming you said something before that. You're super kind. Thank you, Dawn. You're welcome, William Lee Jr. All right. So what else do you guys have on your...
You have to say all the...
What? That's his name. William Lee Jr.
You sound like you're from the Carolinas. William Lee Jr. Come on over here.
They run it all together. Lisa says, getting past gatekeepers and getting to decision makers. Also following up on emails I've sent. Yes. You know what, Lisa? Can I give you a little strategy? Lisa, what's your business, by the way? Because we ask this because we love to shout your business out, but we also love to make connections for people. Lots of our Grow Getters work together, and they'll tell you. So let us know. Anitra says, William definitely needs to connect with you. See? And William, you definitely want to know Anitra because she is just an amazing pioneer of an attorney. She's not just an attorney. She's teaching attorneys how to do it better, simpler, faster, and fall in love again with their profession. Lisa, I'm so curious, what is your industry is the first question I have. And then Lisa, what I found works for me. Good morning, Yolanda. I'm not supposed to do that. Okay, just pinch me when I say good. You gotta do something.
You would be rude,
this is a problem for me.
You see, she's gonna talk to every last one of you, and I'm gonna cut it off and say no.
Babe,
we can't talk to everybody.
You have to help me break habits for our daytime TV show. If I'm not supposed to say good morning to each person, you need. As soon as you see a person come on, you need to give me the look. You need to pinch me.
Y'all saying,
something.
Well, he's being rude, but what's happening when we're sitting in front of millions of viewers?
Okay.
I got big dreams.
Blanketed good morning to everyone.
Blanketed good morning, and I'm sorry if you feel like you needed to get spoken to, then go to our website, what'sYourSecretSauce.com. Take the free assessment and contact us online to send in your mugs, and I guarantee you one thing, you will get spoken to.
Okay. But Lisa, you will get spoken to. You're so silly. Lisa, what I wanted to know from you, what I found works for me with gatekeepers, because they are the worst. Let's just be honest. Gatekeepers' whole job is to keep you away from the decision maker. We know this. So I would always give the inclination that I'm returning. Hey, they were interested in me. This is Dawn Nicole. I'm following up with Sarah. Oh, do you have an appointment? No, I do not. But Sarah has contacted me, and I'm returning her call. And so I act like you're lucky I'm calling you gatekeeper. Like I seriously, I'm telling you, girl, it is all in the tone if you call, and I'm not suggesting your tone is flawed. Let me say that. But it is in the tone when you know that you know, and you're not calling to get permission, but you're calling to create the rule, and you call with that authority in your voice, and I act like, yeah, I'm super busy, but I'm taking a moment to return Sarah's call. Is she in? Right, and Demario Demario always looks at me because, you know, we work together. Obviously, we're a couplepreneur. And he looks over at me and my desk and he just shakes his head sometimes. But I call people back like, you're lucky I stopped and returned your call. Right? Now, you got to play the game. And so at that point, don't I have people shook, honey? People were like, oh, God, let me get you her cell phone number. Yes, please do that. I used to have it. I will take it. Right? And so I don't even have gatekeeper issues because I act like you just won the lottery by getting my phone call, buddy.
I used to have her cell phone number back when we had flip phones, but since then,
yeah,
you know, times have changed. The iPhones came out. I lost it. You know what happened.
Good morning, everyone who just joined. So that's just so you know, I'm not calling people's. No, I didn't call people's names.
You said good morning.
I just said good. I did a blanketed good morning.
Guess what? We're on with the show.
Okay, so listen. So Indigo, hi. Melba, hi. All right. So what do you have on your agenda today?
We need help.
I need an intervention plan, you guys.
We need an intervention.
In order for this to go to daytime TV, I am not allowed to say good morning to every single person.
I can fix that though.
How?
I could turn the camera around.
No, don't do that. I need to make sure my hair's not falling.
I can turn that camera around where you have a monitor prompt.
All right, so let's talk about what's going on today. At this time, you guys are supposed to tell us, William, you need to connect with attorney Anitra. She's on this thread. Anitra, William, tag each other, something. Okay, done with that part. William asked a question. I was being courteous. Listen, so welcome to Good Morning Success, where we give daily inspiration for the driven. We ask you what's on your agenda. We share what's on our agenda, so I need to share what's on our agenda. Today is a day for power calls, but power calls is not about following up with leads as much as power calls is the fact that I reached out to a decision maker. I reached out to a target. You know what those are on some of our targets right now. They responded back with interest, and I have about 6 calls lined up this morning with some key decision makers who will get us more corporate accounts. Basically, they are in the corporate arena, which is where we are emerging towards with What's Your Secret Sauce. And so we'll be having these conversations today. I'm super excited. And then at 2 o'clock, I cannot say the name, but I have an amazing coaching session. I have coaching session number 4 with an amazing person here, local to Charlotte. She just has a great business plan, and we're getting her business into the corporate arena as well. So super excited. Babe, breaking news. What's up with headline news?
Well, the most interesting thing out there that I found interesting in it as well.
As I sip my ginger tea.
Harvard,
okay.
Revokes admissions to students for insensitive memes on Facebook.
Okay, are y'all getting this? So Harvard did what now, babe?
They basically said, y'all not coming up in here because we found that y'all was having inappropriate conversations on Facebook, and now you cannot come to our school. And granted, they was talking about, child abuse and things, but they say it was a lighthearted conversation in a group on Facebook.
So can I just, and you know me, alright, so what you're saying is that there were some students who had applied to Harvard, right? They had probably gotten accepted.
10.
Okay, 10 students applied to Harvard, had gotten accepted, but because of their conversation on Facebook, it was Facebook, right? Was it in a Facebook group?
It was in a Facebook group.
Okay. In a Facebook group, Harvard has now rescinded their offer. That means they pulled the offer back. It's over and done with, and they are no longer welcome at this school.
Yes.
So, what do you all think about that?
They was talking about child abuse and child pornography and some things like that. I don't know the extent of how the conversation went, but either way, the school deemed the conversation insensitive and inappropriate, and therefore, you can't come up in here. 10 of them can't come up in here based on your conversation on social media.
So what do you all feel about that? I know, Attorney Anitra, one of your areas of practice, if I remember correctly, is HR law and discrimination or something to that. And then I know it's different, right? Because we're talking about a school, an educational institution, as opposed to a corporate entity. But educate us. What do you all think that we live in this day and age where your statements, actions, and decisions on Facebook, even down to some of your pictures, can negatively impact some of the things that you're trying to aspire towards, such as a career or a school of your choice, or a person who's an athlete who's trying to get the deal. What do you all think about that? We live in a day and age of social media, freedom of speech, where people say things all the time. They comment, they like different pictures. But do you think it's fair for you to be judged on it? What is your take on the Harvard story?
Well, that's pretty deep, because it's a two-sided thing with me. Mm-hmm. I understand after reading the article that they're basically, I guess they say that they told the students that you need to seek higher education elsewhere. That's a deep sentence. But wow. I believe
can they do that?
I guess they can.
But Anitra said something, and I know Anitra says employment discrimination, which I remember that was her thing. She says, I also do nonprofit law. Social media is playing an increasing role in decision making when it comes to recruitment. Schools that have ethic.
Yes, and that's what we're talking about.
Ethic honor codes as well. Lisa says they need legal shield protection. We're on call 24/7 for them. We have over 7,000 attorneys. Anitra says yes, honor codes.
But yeah, well, like I said, it's a two-way street, because I guess they look at it as, especially like Harvard. Yeah, it's like if you're talking like this on Facebook today,
what will you be like?
You might be a risk factor for me later on. And I always say that social media is your report card, and some of you are not who you post POST to be.
Okay,
I always say
honey, you can't.
Some of you are not who you post to be.
Okay.
And sometimes, and based on your characteristics, sometimes that can go against you.
Wow. So what are your thoughts about that? So, Anitra, basically, based on this code of ethics, do you believe that was fair? And then, Lisa, it sounds like you feel that was kind of unfair, and there's some legal action that probably could be taken. I don't know how I would feel. On one end, right, and you guys might agree with this, and so I'll share this with you. So on one end, I feel that if it's a matter of safety, right, and I'm talking about domestic safety in terms of like terrorism and stuff like that, I would want to know what people are saying and doing on Facebook. I would care about that. But if it's a matter of other things, I don't know if I have that right. I don't care as much. I feel like it comes into play when it's a safety thing, but I don't know how I feel about people just expressing themselves. And at what point do we draw the line? Do people have privacy?
Yes, they do. It's called get your butt off social media. That is the number one privacy thing. It's been many arguments about social media. People get on, Mark Zuckerberg for They say, oh, you're infringing with my privacy. No, I'm looking at it like this. From a digital marketing aspect, you don't have to put anything out online. But if you do, it's subject to everything. It's subject to judgment. It's subject to approvals. It's subject to a lot of things.
This is good. Christopher says, as a professor, I find it a little elitist and judgmental, but depending on the type of university, it's kind of their prerogative. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Christopher. I don't know if you're at liberty to share what school, but thank you so much for educating our students. We appreciate that.
But I think that's what it boils down to is that.
And this was Harvard, by the way.
You have to have personal ethics about what you're actually talking about online, knowing that people are.
What's the word for today, honey? I think Peter asked a long time ago. Word for the day is?
The word for the day is, you don't know me. That's a couple of words.
That's the word for it?
Yeah, because it goes around to...
But it's normally a soundbite, honey.
It's a different, because we're working on stage too. You don't know me.
Okay.
And they can say, that's kind of hard, but we're going to make it.
Okay, well then let's just move to today's theme, right? So today's theme, you guys know how this goes. First of all, welcome to Good Morning Success, daily inspiration for the driven. We talk about business matters, business impacts, growth strategies. We ask you what you're doing today and what's on your agenda, and we talk about ways to strategize to help you to be more successful. And we also ask you questions as well. It's not a one-way street. But we also have a theme every day, and today's theme is, you know me.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. See?
You know them.
But do they know you?
But do they know you?
Talk about it.
Well,
let's do it.
Let's talk about it. Let's say you're at a networking event, and you're walking around, and people say, hi, Demario, how you doing? I was like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I walk away, and someone else comes and say, who's that guy? Oh, that's Demario. He's here all the time.
Okay.
That's a problem.
Why is that a problem?
If I'm a business owner, that is a problem.
Okay.
You know them, but do they know you? How do you refer people to your business, or how do people refer you to other people? Do they know you just by your name and where they see you at, or do they know all that you do?
So what you're saying is that if you are going to invest your time in this networking event all of the time, and they still only know you by face, they don't know anything more about you, you're saying that you're not getting the highest and best results out of this event.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, I heard you say one time, well, you do this little thing through the email. You say, this is how to introduce me.
Yes.
And so therefore, now when I receive that email,
can I call it what it is? Can I set it up? All right. So this is actually a great topic. Christopher says he works for the California Community Colleges, state-funded schools. Shouldn't be doing that crap, but a private school is a little different. Yes. And Christopher, thank you for sharing that with us. We're going to come back to that. But what we're talking about today is, you know them, but do they know you? And so the first thing I will say to set this up from the business coaching side is that the first thing that we kind of train people to do is to create a blurb. So when we start working with people, we always encourage them to create a blurb. A blurb tells someone else how to introduce you. Newsflash, if you're not getting the referrals that you want, if you're not getting those connections and you're a little salty about it, it is because you probably haven't told someone how to introduce you. And what I mean by that, good morning, Kat. So, oh God, I need intervention. I don't know how to stop saying good morning to people. Okay, anyway, my point is that sometimes we have this expectation of being introduced, right? And so when we see business connections happen for other people, it is very possible to feel salty sometimes. And they say, wow, he or she knows that that's what I do. How come they didn't connect me? So the first problem is you're making an assumption that they know what you do, right? So secondly, you will probably receive more connections and referrals if you make it easy for the referrer to refer you. How do you make it easy? Is you create a blurb, you get fed up and tired and say, you know what? I'm going to make it so easy that all they have to do is push a button to refer me. So we teach this thing where we create a blurb, and I send them out several times a year, and I send it out to my email networking list, and I say, this is how to refer Dawn Nicole for Q4 2016 or quarter one 2017. Because your initiatives change, don't make people guess or interpret what you're good at. Don't make people have to do the hard work. There are several times a day where people consider you, but they don't really feel like taking the time to type up a long email and explain it, and they're like, yeah, forget about it, right? So you make it easy, create a blurb, and send it out periodically, and that strategy has two impacts, and I promise to God, I'm going back to you, babe. Promise. The strategy that I'm referring to is called the blurb strategy. It has two strategic impacts. Impact number one, when you send it out to your group, it keeps you relevant amongst your peers. So who would we send it to? We would send it to CPAs, right? Because we are business strategists. Why would we send it to CPAs? Because they set up businesses. We want to develop and work and market the business, right? Clear cut. We would also send it out to people who are in the business banking field, business banking accounts. If a business is opening up a new banking account, me and the business banker need to be in cahoots, right? Because we want to service the business from there. So you send out this blurb strategy to your strategic partners. Partners are people who service the same clients as you, provide a different service than you, and you send it out, you tell them how to introduce you, right? And you even give a little success story. And if you guys want to, you can hit us up at what'syoursecretsauce.com or delivery@what'syoursecretsauce.com, and we're happy to send out examples. But the point is that many people are investing their time and their resources day in and day out, going to these events, assuming that people know what they do and how to refer them, but they don't. Correct, honey?
That is correct.
Okay. So,
you know them. Do they know you?
Do they know you?
You know, many times in business that we hang around people and we take for granted that everyone knows exactly what you do and how you go about your day to day. I can honestly tell you, I have, even friends, family members that
don't, yeah.
They're like, what Demario do? He does something on computers.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this almost 10 years.
Yeah, but
So, I take for granted that, oh, well, you know what I do. You have seen it before, but that doesn't mean that they know
what you do.
What you do. And it's not their fault. And,
Ooh, you better. You don't have the hat for me to slap today. You better.
No, I'm starting not to. You said not to wear my hat.
I like you like this, honey. You look
I like
good,
you
boy.
like that, too.
I know you do.
I keep on falling.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Back to the viewers. So this is what I'm going to say. Also, are you receiving misaligned referrals? That's an indication that they don't know what you do. For example, someone contacts us and says, hey, Nicole, can you guys write a grant for Sarah and her company? We don't write grants. Good indication they don't know what we do. Hey, Nicole, something crazy, right? I don't really get, we don't get misaligned referrals because we're very cookie cutter and clear about what it is we do. We're very, very clear about that. So I'm asking you, if you receive referrals and they are misfires, they are misaligned, they are not for something you do, that is a clear indication that you absolutely have to definitely get out there and make it clear what you do. And we recommend a blurb strategy. Uh-oh, what's going on?
Hello? Your computer won't come on. Yeah, I know I'm on the computer. I'm a digital marketer. A digital marketer.
Oh,
no,
God.
Not technician. Your computer not coming on is not something that's in my job description. I have no idea. Press the power button twice.
Honey.
Please.
Oh my God.
Call Apple.
Okay, honey.
Okay.
The point, jokes.
You know them. But do they know you?
Lisa says you have to brand yourself. People know me as the Legal Show Lady. Lisa, I love it. And can we talk about branding yourself for a second? Sometimes people miss opportunities, Lisa, because they do not do a good job of articulating who they are, how they're different, and what their value is, right? And for that reason, myself and my partner Demario created What's Your Secret Sauce. It's an automated online tool that helps anyone in the world in a matter of minutes revolutionize the way they market the value of their personal brand. So everyone has a secret sauce, and it will behoove you to know what that is. And you can take it for free today. what'syoursecretsauce.com. So I absolutely agree with you, Lisa. But going back to what you said, so how does this work with the name dropping? There are a lot of people who will drop names. I'm not trying to step on toes. I'm just saying,
I
haven't
don't
you?
even have no more coffee left. I'm just gonna act like I'm sipping.
But haven't you all been around people who say, I know Bill Clinton, and and I know this and this and this and this and that. But if you were to go to Bill Clinton and say, hey, do you know Emily Johnson?
Man, let me tell you how y'all get on my nerves with this stuff.
Not all of y'all.
No, the collective. The ones that's watching, no, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that's not on, and they will never log on because they don't like me like that either. But some people just drop names. The whole conversation is name dropping. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm Demario. You know, I know Bill over there, and Bill and I are real good friends.
Oh.
And yes, I did this thing with Superman last year.
Oh,
and,
wow. With the cape?
Superman and I are really good friends.
Oh, wow.
And do you know Wonder Woman? Well, I can put you in contact with Wonder Woman. You know, that is the thing.
If you could do that.
Well, hold on a second. That was incredible Hulk calling. I'm so sorry. But you know, anytime you want to do business with me, understand that I'm very well connected.
Oh wow! Well, you don't even know what I do, but it was so nice to hear all about you.
Yes. Ta-ta. You know.
Oh God.
You know, some people. Have you ran up on that person that name drops in every sentence that they say? They name drop someone. They try to give relevance to knowing a certain person, and I'm with it. I'm from the entertainment industry, so therefore
because I'm definitely about to drop another one.
Yeah, hold out.
I'm gonna hold it.
In the entertainment industry, a lot of time, you know, when people was pushing records, you know, somebody always knows the next star. And I used to find out that sometimes I knew the next star too, but I wouldn't say nothing. And then when I asked the next star, do they know you?
They would not know.
They're like, oh. And it's like, well, they got a picture with you and everything. And I realized that this is how people take pictures with stars nowadays. They turn around and they just, then they go into the next person. It's a 5-10 second ordeal. They don't know you.
Wow.
They don't really know you, but you utilize that as leverage to get into situations and do business with folk based on
the name drop.
Yeah, well, you feeling like them feeling like you are relevant.
Well, let me talk about that. Y'all know I'm going to talk about it. So, about the name dropping, I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. I'm okay. Watch this. I am okay with you name dropping if it has a benefit to me. If we are in a conversation and we are talking business and you begin to tell me how you are connected with the Bill Gates Foundation and this, that, and the other, I am under the assumption that somehow, because you mentioned it in conversation, it has a benefit to this conversation. Therefore, the moment you open up the door and tell me you know X, Y, and Z, I have the right to say, that is amazing. I would love for you to broker an introduction for the purposes of this. I'm going to ask you for an introduction to it. So that is the first thing. I feel like when people name drop, it must be for my benefit. Therefore, you just gave me the right to come back and respond and ask you for an introduction. Otherwise, why? Okay, why? What's the so what? Y'all know that's a real book. It's called What's the So What? Secondly, I'm going to say this. This is absolutely powerful. I got to say it. One thing that I'm a huge advocate of, because Demario and I come across hundreds, and I'm not exaggerating, we come across hundreds of business owners a year, right? And all types of businesses, all types of industries. You can just imagine, from the phone calls, the emails, to the servicing these clients and all this kind of stuff. There are always connections that I see strategically where I could align and partner someone, like I just did with Anitra and Will, and there are some other people in our audience that we make connections to. It is so imperative when you are the referrer, because you know I said I'm going to talk about it. There's one minor thing that a lot of referrers are forgetting to do. This is so important. If I'm going to refer Emily to Mike, and I'm the common denominator, I know both Mike and I know both Emily. At the moment that I see a connection, right? So let's say I'm talking to Mike and Mike says something that Emily just mentioned, and I feel instantly like, oh, strategically they can help each other, right? When I make the connection via email, I'm actually going to introduce it in such a way where I'm going to say right away how I see them working together. don't make people guess why you're connected to them. We do it all the time. We'll say, oh my God, Lisa, you got to meet Kara. And then you put them together and Kara and Lisa are like, hi? And they don't know each other yet. So as a good referrer, as a good strategist that you are, all of you, right? What I recommend is if I'm referring Lisa and Kara, and they will tell you, people who are on this call, I set it up by saying, hi, Lisa, Kara is an amazing da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Lisa is an amazing da-da-da-da-da-da. Because I know both of you, I know that, Kara, you're working on an initiative to go to Africa to do da-da-da-da-da. Kara also talked about, or Lisa also talked about doing the same thing, and I could see a potential partnership where she could provide X and you could provide this, but from here, take it over. So what I do is I don't make people interpret how to work together, because I have the vantage point of knowing both of them. I strategically paint the vision that I see, but I let you guys finalize it or modify it accordingly. So as a good referrer of people, don't just throw people together and have them figured out and they're like, hi? I guess, or do you know why she? No, I don't. Do you know why? I don't know. So you do, take the extra step to do that. That's just kind of a tip for people who refer people. You were gonna say, oh, go ahead, read that. Girl. No, Manels, honey, we talked about this.
Okay, we're okay. We're trying to read something here.
Yeah. So you guys drop. Oh, so Kevin says, interested to know how y'all suggest effective branding and tell people what you do without coming off like that arrogant, I know Bill Clinton, Superman guy, gal. I think that discourages a lot of people from putting them.
Yeah, we never can read the whole thing, but I tell you what, Kevin, we got the gist of what you're saying. And you obviously have a point.
No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient.
You would know. She did that church finger.
No, like, Kevin, I want to talk, but baby, no, honey, you're the man. You take the lead, darling.
Ladies first.
Okay. Kevin, I gotta tell you about this. This is so key. You are absolutely right. There is a wrong way and a right way. And I'm not just, first I'm gonna set it up by saying this. Go to what'soursecretsauce.com, and when you go, we have a translator where after you take your secret sauce assessment, it's just 10 questions about you explaining the rock star that you are. We convert it in this report that's called MVP. MVP stands for Most Value Proposition. It specifically teaches you how to highlight your 5 wow factors without sounding arrogant. I'm going to say it again. It helps you to articulate 5 wow factors that the listener cares about. Come to find out, when people are trying to introduce themselves and who they know and their value and what they can do, a lot of fluff comes in that. People start setting up their whole life story. Well, first, let me talk about me. And right? And it's being done wrong today.
Little Jimmy loves soccer.
Right. It's being, and
we call that business T-Rex.
So you're absolutely right. Thank you for asking a question, but it comes off a little arrogant if you don't know how to position the conversation. You can say the same thing, but say it differently. And we teach the 5 wow factors. And today I'm going to try to go by memory and give those tips. This is a great time to share this video, take some notes. I'm going to give the tips. So tip number 1, the first thing that we all have to realize is when you are talking to a client, it can never be about you. It has to be about them. And that's hard sometimes, right? Especially, and I told you about this, in corporate, because we're trained to talk about ourselves, because in corporate it's every man or every woman for themselves. It's not like necessary, and you have to showcase your talent first, whereas especially on the entrepreneurial side it's different. But my point is this, Kevin, is very, very tempting to talk about you, the you, right? But you have to position the conversation where it's what's in it for the listener. What did you accomplish? Babe, go back to I'm sorry. All right, so it has to be, here's what you accomplished and here's how it impacted the company. Here's how my client or my customer benefited. This is what they can do better. Here's what this means to my client. Here's a proven success story. And inadvertently, you are talking about your capability by talking about their results. So I'm going to give you guys the 5 wow factors for free. So it's going to be for free, so get a pen and paper and share this. This is a good time to do so. 5 wow factors that you have to put. Wow factor number 1, you have to make it very clear what you are the expert in. People don't pay for specialists, they pay for experts, okay? And it's very tempting, especially us entrepreneurs, to want to rattle off 21 good things that we do very, very well. People want to know, what are you the expert in, right? So that's the first thing.
Can you go in, because we got time.
Okay.
What are you the expert in? I wanted to ask you on
go
that,
ahead,
so you
darling.
can take a little bit deeper.
Okay.
So are you the expert? Am I the expert to talk to you about cooking if I have never cooked on the stove?
No, absolutely not.
So therefore, in order to talk about the expert, your life has to resemble some expert qualities.
Absolutely.
Or your work, your passion, your
Absolutely.
drive.
We're going to assume for the purposes of this conversation that you are in front of your decision maker, you are in front of your key client, Kevin, and you've already pre-qualified the situation as something that you can solve and provide a solution for it. So let's, for the purposes of this, all right? So wow factor number 1, what are you the expert in? Okay, and I hope I can remember this because it's on my laptop. So, Anitra helped me with this too, because Anitra, wow factor number 2 is, I think that one is either why people call you. So it's wow factor number 1 is what are you the expert in? Wow factor number 2 is when and why people call you. So you want to make it clear, because just because you're the expert, some people don't know that they have that problem. I'm going to say it again. Watch this. Just because you say I'm the expert in such and such, you still have to paint the picture of when and why people call you, which resonates like, oh, I'm going through that now. Some people have a problem that they don't know is a problem. It's very, very deep. Thirdly, your proven track record, your proven value. So watch this. And we do have a formula. I'm just going off the dome here. So the first one is, what am I the expert in? You need to articulate. I am the expert in, right? People call me when, right? I've recently been able to prove and give value when this happened. So it's a small success story. We don't need the 20-page. I helped who to do what, how. That is how you tell a success story. I'm going to say it again. I helped who, the realtors of Hampton Roads, to do what, achieve a successful launch party, right? How? Through a cutting-edge new process of right? Or digital marketing. So I help who to do what, how. Success story. So far I'm going to repeat that again. It is, I'm the expert in, they call me when and why they call, recent value, right? Here's a success story. I help who to do what, how. I'm trying to remember what the other one was. Oh, and then, okay, so number 4, competitive advantage. This is so deep. Let me tell y'all how to set this up. Actually, I should just use ours, because it'll also promote the business. What was I thinking? All right, so anyway, so I'm going to go by memory and use my MVP report. So my MVP report is this. I am an expert at developing and growing the brands of others. Business owners call me when they have a story to tell, but they're challenged in getting in front of the key decision maker and having a strategy to grow their brand. Recently, success story number 3, recently I helped a Raleigh business owner to acquire 2 brand new accounts across 2 completely different industries, totaling $25,000 through understanding her secret sauce. Number 4, competitive advantage. While many companies focus on discovering something unique about you or performance qualities, our program deep dives into the discovery, the development, and the marketing of your secret sauce so that you can attract the success you desire. Number 5, my secret sauce is my uniqueness, which allows me to be an out-of-the-box creative thinker. And then number 6, what this means to my clients are, we create for them in-demand brands that grow their companies further, faster. So it is an entire thing, and I was trying to go off my head, what is called the MVP report. You highlight 5 things and you make it about your capabilities, but not arrogant. Let me tell you the mistake I used to make, and you used to see me make this. You guys, I would show up, I would shake hands, and I would instantly say, oh, I'm a program manager, I have an Agile Scrum certification, I ran billion-dollar projects, I did this for Fortune 500 companies. And when I was done, all the business owner or the client cares about is, what does this mean to me? What can you do for me, right? So what? What's the so what? That's a real book. What's the so what? So just remember, what's the so what? It's not about you, it's about what that means for someone else. What does that mean to me? So because you're an Agile Scrum Master, whatever that is, what does that mean to me? Oh, I'm sorry, that means that I can effectively kill the chaos and create the vision at the same time. That's an ambidextrous quality that most people don't have. Boom. That's what you say. I'm going to kill the chaos that keeps you delayed, and I'm going to create the vision that will grow your company. That's what I'm going to do. That's what it means. That's all you need to say. When you get ready to ramble off a whole bunch of stuff, remember the so what. What is the so what of this whole conversation? Kevin, I hope that helped. I know we just kind of rambled on, but I hope this helps. So, what was the next question? I'm sorry. Other people ask questions, honey. We can scroll up now. Please, can you scroll up now?
I am the I am. Do
All right.
you understand that right there?
I
am the I am. That was when I heard that sentence, I had to think about it.
Well, where did you hear that sentence?
From one of the teachings that I studied. I am the I am.
Okay.
That means that I am who I am with no validation needed. But that we'll cover that in another show. And the reason that is important is because when you name drop and all of that type of stuff, you're looking for validation from the other person.
Wait a minute now. Honey, you need to...
You're looking for validation through association and recognitions.
Wait a minute. That was so deep. You're looking for validation through association.
Yeah, because if Superman knows me, that I'm trying to basically say if Superman and I have conversations, you need to have a conversation with me too. Because Superman is bigger than you.
Oh, so if I'm important enough for Superman...
You didn't catch that. You didn't catch that. Because Superman, I feel Superman is bigger than you. So if I know Superman, then of course you should know me.
Wow. Have y'all had that happen where, so it's again, big you, little me?
Yes, it's seeking the validation.
Through association. That's deep.
Through association. And when you understand that because you do great work, you have great business ethics, work ethics, you're very confident in your pricing structure, you're very confident in the services that you offer, you will realize that you don't need the validation stamp of approval by mentioning something else. Just like you just said, mention your success stories, mention things of that nature. You don't need to tell your client or the person that you're trying to get acquainted with 20 other people that you associate with just to earn their respect.
But this is so deep. Good morning, Al. But wait, I got Kat. We're gonna get you. We're gonna answer that question because I don't want to lose what you just said. That is so deep. Let me talk about that for a second. I think again, this goes back to this. There's a right and a wrong way to name drop.
There's a right and a wrong way to introduce yourself.
No, we are not doing that. Liz knows just joined and she deserves better. Now, come on.
Everybody knows Key Sweat.
So listen, we are talking about name dropping. You know them, but do they know you? Let me talk about that for a second. I believe it's very clear. If I'm talking to Kat, I'm just going to pick on you for a second. Kat Corchado, who is a Grow Getter client, and we love. If Kat and I are having a conversation, and due to the nature of the conversation that Kat and I are having, it warrants me to pull one of my stories, similar stories about when me and Bill Clinton did similar work, that I'm going to name drop. The problem is when you name drop, and it has nothing to do with what we're discussing now, and it has no benefit to you. So what I am saying is this: it is okay to name drop if, it has relevance somehow to the conversation at hand. Maybe I am mentioning Bill Clinton because we together in 1999 worked on a similar nonprofit, and this was the strategy that we used, right? And so the story is modeled, right, after what we're going to do with Kat, or there's some resemblance. However, here's where you don't name drop. If I say, oh God, yes, Oprah and I went shopping. You like that laugh? That laugh is available for sale. But if I say, oh, Oprah and I went shopping there, Kat is going to say, okay, and what does that... So it has nothing to do with the story. I don't plan on introducing Kat to Oprah. There's no resemblance, right? It's not going to be modeled after it. So why? So guess what? There are some stories and some associations that you can actually keep to yourself because they have a time and place of reference, right? And so that's the thing, is that it really depends on the time and place of reference. It's okay that you don't know that I met, I'm not even going to say that name. But it's okay that you don't know that I met Michael Jackson. right? If it doesn't have relevance to why I'm working with you and what we need to discuss, I don't have to tell you every single story to prove somehow to you. That's not important or relevant to the situation at hand. But if Michael Jackson becomes relevant because of something we're doing together, then I'll bring it up. It's really that simple to me. Terry says there's a difference between knowing someone and knowing about someone.
Well,
very true.
You know, I want to hit on something right quick.
And you do that, and I'm gonna try to go back to Kat's thing.
There is a time, or I like what you said. There's a time and place. I'm going to call that understanding when conversation is conversation versus conversation for conversion.
Ooh,
that's what you need
wait,
to
voice. You better say that again.
Understanding when conversation is conversation and then conversation for conversion. Did you like the light, Peter?
Could you focus on the people?
Blinded me.
Oh gosh, the people.
But yes, some conversations, even though they are lighthearted and you might be, sitting there with a piece of cheese in your hand and some hot tea, it still is conversion.
Yeah. Okay.
And then some conversations are just random conversations. You can talk about how you met Michael Jackson and blah, blah, blah. Because it's a meaningless conversation. You're going to walk away having a nice little conversation. Or it might be a conversation around hot tea and cheese. And really, I'm introducing my business in a lighthearted way and still trying to convert
but my
you
point
for
is,
service.
It's still relevant to whether we're having a conversion conversation or a casual conversation, right? If I bring up Michael Jackson or Madonna somehow, it has relevance. Otherwise, if I don't bring it up, even if it's a conversation starter because you said that you love unique boutique shops, and I say, oh God, there's one amazing one in Vegas. Actually, I had the pleasure of going with Michael Jackson one time. You're going to be like, get out, stop it, Michael. That makes sense, right? But if you just said something like, I want to build a new website soon, and I said, Michael Jackson took me to see Thriller personally, you'd be like, okay. Like, what's the so what? That's nice, but what does that matter to me? So I really think it has to fit in casual conversation or conversion conversation. Kat says, where do you start with the branding? Business cards, websites? No. And so I'm going to say no. And the reason why I say no, Kat, it actually starts with what you see in your head.
Starts at hello.
And I heard someone put it this way too before. It starts with the experience that you want someone to walk away with. And then the cards and all that is the extension, the physical, the visual manifestation of that. So step one is, what do you want this business to look like? What do you want this experience to feel like? And who is this for? So obviously there are some probing questions that go into creating a brand. Who's the audience? Why are you doing it? Why do you care? And what's wrong today? And I feel that you have to develop the brand. You create it, you develop it, and then business cards and website are just a visual extension of what your vision is, if that makes sense. So so in terms of the physical tangibles, I guess you could say it starts with those things in your hand, but it really starts with the right conversation, the right questions asked up front to identify what that brand is going to look and feel like. Someone once told me, your brand is what people say when they walk away from you. Your brand is what people say. Was she on time? Was she dressed appropriately? Did she offer cucumber water? It's all those, the experience.
Did she blink her eyes at me the way you just did and you said that? Oh,
you
girl,
know I always
looking
blink
good
my eyes.
in that light, girl. You looking good.
Stop it.
Looking like a superstar. Like old Hershey's Kiss.
Stop it.
With almonds.
So what's your take on people who name drop? And do you sometimes feel, now this is important, do you feel like you have to name drop sometimes to let people know the level? Sometimes people just don't know. You better ask somebody who needs to know.
I always
right?
say, I always had a little thing. When you start doing it, then I come back at you, and because my brain says, well, hold up, let me let you check my resume out. And then I start going down a list of everything I have done over my life. And then it becomes competitive. Because for me, if you come to me like that, that's not my introduction. So therefore, I'm probably just going to sit there and listen. But if I feel like you are saying it because you're trying to do the big you, little me, I'm going to let you in on a couple of little secrets. But like I always say, what does it matter who I know? You should be more concerned with what I do and how I do it versus who I know. Because who I know has nothing really to do with you.
Well, I wanted to, you hit some points and you know my mind, I got a lot up here, honey. So if I don't get it out, sometimes I'm going to forget it. But you said something, so do you feel that name dropping makes people feel uncomfortable? That it makes the other person feel like, oh, you got one up on me, so now I have to prove that there's this unwittingly.
It does, and I'm saying, and I'm not saying that all situations are bad situations, but if you run up on that person that's what they do, and they seem to talk about other people while they're talking to you, they seem to talk about more, other people more than the conversation at hand. It does make the person that's listening start to feel some type of way, because you're sitting there. Well, last week me and Jimbo, we flew in the Leonard jet, and we're doing this right here, and well, I had business on the golf course the other day, and you sitting there like, God, I don't do all of that stuff, and man, you're really special. Sometimes it has a thing to, depending on who you're talking to and their mindset, you could actually be, making a person feel some type of way.
Wait, I gotta say this because this is so important. At the end of the day, and then I think we have some more comments, but I have to scroll all the way up so I can't see. Okay, all right. So while he does that, at the end of the day, I would love to say this. What am I gonna say? I just had it. I just forgot. People who are really important. How many times have you had an entire conversation with someone and it was an amazing conversation, and then when you walked away and you complimented to the business, you found out the person you were just talking to is the owner of the business? They never name dropped, or you found out later that the person you were talking to is this big wig exec, and you're like, whoa. The guy was just talking to in the elevator, and they're like, yeah, that's Mr. Carey. And they're like, but Mr. Carey never ever felt the need to name drop. I'm about to let you, babe. I'm about to let you loose. He didn't name drop. He didn't say anything. He just allowed a natural conversation to happen because who he wasn't proven from who he knows than what he's done. Speak on it, honey.
You hit it right on here. You know how many millionaires I have had a sit-down conversation with and didn't know one thing about them until they walked away and I happened to Google them or somebody else came and gave me the 411 on them. You know how many business owners we have ran into, then I go Google them.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, you did this. Oh, you was doing that. But they never said it. And we have great conversations, great rapport, laugh and joke, do business with each other. And never once did they go down their list of accomplishments or what their bank account look like or who they hang with on the weekends.
Right.
And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that you have to watch it. I seen something Anitra said, and I agree with that.
What it says, I find people ask me if I know certain people and are blown away when I say that I do. I think it adds validation because it shows that I really am plugged in. To me, it affirms that I'm out there and doing everything. Anitra doesn't show us the rest. But guess what you just said? They ask you. You don't walk around saying, hey, I know Senator this and that, and I know this, I know that. People ask you, and you're able to confidently say, yes, I know that person. And it's amazing.
Well, I like that because, because we both from the music industry, and we both have a mutual acquaintance.
Yes.
And so people will be like, oh, you used to be with that group that do you know such and such? And be like, yeah. So then the other person will be like, wow.
Yeah.
Sometimes, it's a relevant thing at a certain point in the conversation. And the way that we're saying it now, don't let that be your upfront thing. Don't let that be when you walk into the room, the first thing on your mind is basically going around the whole room telling everybody what you have done and who you know.
Unless it has relevance. That's what I'm saying. Unless what you're getting ready to say has relevance to the work at hand. And then at point, I feel that by virtue of the fact that you told me about them, I have the right to maybe ask some more questions or some probing questions. But you know what I gotta say this. Never mind, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. All right, Terry says, When an alpha walks in the room, they don't have to say anything. Their energy vibrates. Terry, what is an alpha? Explain to them what is an alpha, because you know and I know, but that word can have multiple meanings depending on who you ask. So break that part down. I think
also, I would add on to that. Yes, I can feel you on that, but you do have to walk in the room and say something. Your energy is not going to tell the whole story. Yeah, you got to say something. Whether you're an Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, or Delta, you're going to have to walk in there and say, I'm just saying, that is the truth. Can't put out, the half information. We got to get the people straight. Terry, when you walk in the room, say it. Listen, just don't name drop.
We love you guys, yes. So listen, please send us your business mugs. If you don't have a business mug, get one made. We want to drink from the cuppeth. And we want to talk about your business. We hope that this has been helpful. Please share it. Tag someone who needs to know. And we thank you guys for joining. Until next time, stay on the grow. What, baby?
Can I help you close out?
I was going to say with Donna Cole and Demario, and then you can say your piece.
But I was going to say it before you said that part.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
And then I was going to say, hey, help us build up YouTube channel. We need subscribers, and it's a replay of all of your favorite Facebook Live episodes as we interact with you. And Dawn Nicole has basically shouted out your business, so the least you can do is share the one that she talks about you on, and that we give you that high five. There's a lot of great episodes on there. Right now we're at, this will make the 22nd episode of Good Morning Success TV, and therefore we're looking to build up our YouTube channel. We love you for being on the Facebook Live, but we want you to bounce over there and share the videos as well. So go to I often say What's Your Secret Sauce, but go to what'syourSecretSauce.com also. But here today, I want you to go to goodmorningsuccesstv.com, share the page, subscribe, share a video or two, and let us know what you think.
And then we're gonna close out with our going away song. Thank you for being a friend.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I thought it was in the verse part.
And if you threw a party and invited everyone you knew, you will see the biggest gift would be from me in the car to town.